Okay, we're here with Councilman-elect Richard Hart at large. And congratulations, Councilman-elect Hart, on your election this past November.
Thank you very much.
Okay. Somewhat of a surprise to some of us, but probably not to yourself.
No, people are looking for a change. I think they're tired of Republican, Democrat, and they're looking a simple concept for elected officials just to do what's right that's going to benefit the citizens of Canton.
Now, you've been a council person before, right?
Correct.
When was that?
I had, I think it was 6 terms on city council. One is the 10th Ward council person, and I still stayed in the same area. Lines were redistricted, and then I was the 7th Ward councilman.
Okay, so you're not a neophyte to how council operates.
No, I've been around the track a few times.
Okay, but you are in a unique position. You no longer hold yourself out as being a Republican like you did in your prior stint on council, correct?
That is correct.
So you bill yourself what? Independent, nonpartisan? How do you look at yourself?
Again, just independent. I'll be able to look at the issues and just quite simply do what's right and what's going to be in the best interest of the citizens of Canton.
Have you been following council since you've been off, just to keep in touch generally?
Yes, I have.
So
big ears, and you listen and you watch and you read and you research.
Okay. Now let's kind of go back to the last 2 years, and your observations of the consensus, no vote yet. Majority Leader Frank Morris. What's your perception of Frank Morris?
I've never really worked with Frank. Again, the Democrats on city council will ultimately decide that, and hopefully again it's somebody to help build consensus and get the job done so the citizens and the city of Canton can move forward.
And you have any familiarity with Assistant Majority Leader Chris Smith? The consensus at this point, I want to emphasize, it's not been voted on.
Correct, yeah. Chris, again, she knows the city, she knows her ward, she knows the issues, and it's the same with Tom West. I think for many of those that were in there voting or just giving their opinion, it's not a matter that there's a good or bad person. I think that they'll both do a quality job and they'll do what's in the best interest of the citizens.
Now, the Stark County political reports take on the makeup of council, not yours, is that there's some division on council. And how do you see, do you agree or disagree or just don't want to comment? And how do you factor into the overall mix?
Well, it's democracy. And I think in times I may be that 7th vote that they need. I know, Member Smuckler already said, you have to be able to count to 7 on city council. And I think you look at an issue, you research it, and you decide what's going to be in the best interest of the community. And you base your decision on that.
Are there any particular policy or program matters that you want to focus on in the next 2 years of your term?
I want to be sure that there is total funding of the police and fire departments. For many of the residents, they're waiting way too long for police response, and it's not that the police aren't doing their job. There's just not enough police officers on the street, and the same with the fire safety forces and the paramedics. Residents shouldn't have to wait for an ambulance, and they're just way too short-handed, and we've got to make sure that is funded. Last year they had the opportunity to hire, in the fire department and come very close to making that fully staffed, and they let the list expire, and that shouldn't happen.
And you're going to stand up and push for that in the next 2 years.
That's going to be my one of the #1 issues.
Do you have any other priorities?
Again, looking at fair rates for recyclers. We have people that put out very little trash and recycling, and yet they're the ones that are subsidizing the people that are putting out 5 and 6 cans. We've got to make sure our population keeps going down, And if we worry about jobs, which is very important, but at the same time, we need people moving into the city that's going to pay income tax, and we need to upgrade neighborhoods. And again, you have a fully staffed police department, which is going to provide the safety. You have a fully staffed fire department, and people are going to feel more secure. They're going to want to move here and raise their families.
Okay. Just to give you as much time as you'd like, anything else that you want to share with your constituents?
Just again, feel free to call me here at City Council. I'll be more than happy to answer any of your calls or concerns.
Okay. Now, I know you're councilman at large elect, but what ward do you live in?
I live in Ward 7.
7. Okay. Well, thank you, Councilman-elect Richard Hart.
Thank you. It's my pleasure.